Good afternoon, everybody. Well, good evening. I don't know why I said good afternoon. That's very weird. But hello. Welcome to URC Tier 2 on the Xbox One today. We are at round number 14 here at the Temple of Speed in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Home of the Ferrari team and home of Tifosi. And I really like this track. It has a lot of high-speed corners. And that is why it's called the Temple of Speed, of course. Constructed in just 111 days in 1922, and it's the world third purpose-built racetrack, coming after Brooklyn to the UK and Indianapolis in the US. I am Jess, and I will be your commentator for this evening's race for Tier 2 anyway. And I would go through the standings right now, but the standings hasn't been updated. So as soon as I get an updated standings for you, I will update the standings. And I think we're live. Yeah, we are live. That is good. That is good. And I was just about to go on ball with Blazer Gun to be just binned it in turn. I think it was. I don't know. I'm losing track of turns. I think it was turn 4 and 5 that he lost it a little bit there. So yeah. So we have a much higher turnout than last week, which is a relief. We have a few drivers filling in for people that couldn't make it. Two of the other drivers, they are the same lineup as last week in the Renault. All I know is they are currently in the championship because they won the race last week, so they will stay on top of the championship for now. And no, I don't want the ad playing on Twitch, thank you very much. Now, hopefully, we won't see a Q3 debacle that we saw in real life, where people didn't go out in time and they didn't get their final laps in. But anyway, Mark Barker got his lap in on time, and it is a 1:19.6, which is a pretty decent lap time from him. We could see people going to the 1:18s as well, but to be honest, I don't even know what the lap times could be now. I think possibly most people will either try soft to hard or soft to mediums. Is probably the most likely strategies, but soft to hard will probably be the best. Now, BPRL represents tonight the Toro Rosso, Fry Boogie, and Goblin. They're currently, well, Goblin's currently 6th at the moment. He set his best lap time on the mediums. As Boogie comes across the line, what lap time is he going to set? It is a 1:20.606. That kind of reminds me of like 5 Live, where they have a 6:06 broadcast. But anyway, John, who is usually does 183 esports, but due to the fact that we have all two of them, he's filling in for Thrive esports tonight, just so we get enough drivers. I'm sure that is okay. I'm not the one running this league anyway, so I don't control the drivers or anything, but it is good to see we have a better turnout. There's quite a few drivers going into the pits actually, as Apex comes out. He's also in a McLaren tonight to get the numbers up. Now, the DRS zones around this circuit is around turns 9 or through Ascari. As you go through, actually no, not through Ascari, go through turn 7 and 8 and 9. And then the last start finish straight is obviously the start finish straight, where the detection zone starts at turn 11 and then it goes to start finish straight. So there's only 2. But there's a lot of places for overtaking, and we got to watch out for turn 1 tonight without a question of a doubt, really. And no, I don't want that. No, I don't know. I don't want that camera. Thank you very much. We got Tom in the sync car in a Mercedes. He's joined by Dan tonight in sync. So Tom has had his ups and downs this season, but well, according to him, Italy is quite a strong track for him, so we are looking to see much better results from the two Mercedes drivers. And we have the two LCR boys of PT and Ben. They're in the Alphas as PT has just come out. And Ben, I think, is going to go into the pits because he's already set a lap. Chris Jones is in Team Shizu tonight in the Ferrari. And we've got Amaze and Fredster in 183 Sports. And I did say about the other teams. So, I think Mark Bucker's trying to improve on his lap, but Viper has just, I already just realised this actually, Viper has just set a faster lap time of a 1:19.489. We've got yellow flag in set to 2. It might be due to the fact that there's people trying to move out the way. And John is on an out lap as well, so I'm just going to see who else could be on one. Thomas has got pole. Let's go on board with Fredster actually as he goes past turn 7 and then about to go for a score. He hits the DRS very quickly there, goes to the right hand side, 4th ERS mode, now drops it down to 4th gear and then back into 5th going through. Oh, we see a lot of people bin it there, but luckily he saved it just about and he is not able to put it in the wall. So he carried on his merry way, but he'll have to save a little bit more ERS and make sure he gets to the end. Now I need to go and get my glasses because my eyes are stinging at the moment. But Blazer Guns is in Limited Racing and he's on his better lap. Now I don't know what the weather is, so don't ask me about the weather, but hopefully I will get a closer idea of what the weather is like. But I'm just going to get my glasses quickly so I can see properly. And I almost got trapped by leaves. The most annoying thing in the world. Okay, so I've got my glasses, so it is all good. So let's see what Blazer Gun's going past Parabolica. Now, we saw the likes in the real life Grand Prix where we saw Kimi Räikkönen lose it and he had to start from the pit lane. And in real life we saw a lot of penalties. Hopefully we won't see a lot of penalties today, but it was crazy. I think there was 2 people that got a penalty, which was one step closer to a disqualification. And Viper's just gone faster again. 1:19.0 for Viper. Now, it's one of those tracks where it is... Oh, as Viper's just gone off the run-off area. I think a few people will probably be warned about that. Now, we've seen this in real life, and it's one of those tracks where the toe is a lot powerful. And you really want to try to get a car in front of you so you can get that toe, but you don't really want to be in the car in front. So it's kind of like, you know, you don't know what to do at this point, but you've got to make sure you try and get in there in time as well. So you're kind of hoping that not many people get the toe, as Goblin has left the session. So Goblin has disconnected, sadly, so he won't be taking part in the session. Unless he comes back, of course. Fredster, the only guy not to set a competitive lap time in McLaren. Actually, no, he's not in a McLaren. What? Actually, he might be in a Racing Point. I don't know. It's hard to tell what cars people are in these days. And suddenly, I thought for a moment that Viper was going to improve again, but he wasn't, as he goes back into the pits at the moment. And this is where we're seeing the toe effective, as Tom is giving a toe on Dan. And you've got to be about 0.5 of a second adrift if you want the toe to be effective. So hopefully Dan will make this work. And nope, he wasn't on his He wasn't on his flyer, so that probably won't help him. I think Dan will be praying that Tom stays in front. Maybe they will swap again. We will see. And according to the drivers, it is a dry race as well. So, and to be honest, I'm not really that surprised that everyone's on the softs, because the softs is the best tyre to start on. And it lasts a bit longer than some tracks as well, so it may start to benefit more people than others. To be honest, I know if I was racing around here, I would definitely give it another toe. As Dan doesn't have a toe, neither does his teammate Tom, so Dan comes across the line again. Gobbling has joined, that's good news. 1:19.7, that puts him in P7. So the top 9 are separated by 9/10 of a second. That is pretty decent. Pretty decent if I say so myself. Now I might need to promote the stream in a minute, because it wasn't promoted earlier. So people might not know that there's a stream going on. So I think the tyre will be used more to their advantage. I wonder if any other teams are going to give the tyre. I think ERL will probably use the tyre more effectively too. As Amaze has retired from the session. Again, we don't know where it's happened, where he's retired, and we're starting to get penalties left, right, and centre. I probably jinxed myself there. With first to just get another time penalty. So Tom is about to cross the line now. As he really commits to those corners. Is it going to be enough to get pole? Let's see. He comes across the line. No. He improves by 1/10. And if I have a look, he is 53 thousandths slower than Viper. So Viper doing a brilliant job. As he just massively cuts the corner there. I think he was trying to get to the pits in time. I think Apex could be on a flyer as well, as he just goes past Scary. It is very important. I think for most tracks it's important, but for this track especially, it is very important not to get the power on too early. As he comes across the line, 9/10 quicker, but that still puts him P11. My eyes are still watering, I don't know. A lot of people are also going off the runoff edge in their laps. To be honest, I don't think some of them are going to make it in time if they do that, because they will have to... They will at least have to do another drop-off. I don't think anyone's improving for now. John's still out on his outlap. He was looking to improving as it goes on, but sadly, no, that doesn't work for him. As everyone's going out now. And John's not happy with his lap. He's retired from the session. How about Chris Michael Jones? Chris Michael Jones is on a lap as well. Ben is on his out lap. It's just, they're all going on at the right time, but to be honest, since they're not all bunched up together, I think they're going to be okay. So technically, it will be their fault if they turn up late. As we're still seeing massive cheers from the background for Tifosi. The guys want to see Chris Macker-Jones do well. He is the only Ferrari recipient, well, the Ferrari representative, as it were, here representing the Tifosi tonight. You can see the band. You can hear the banners going. They want his man to go on pole. Chris Macker-Jones retires, so that's not going to happen. Again, I'll jinx myself. Ben comes across the line in P10. And not many people actually do the warm-up. We'll see. As Fredster's on the lap, he's going towards the final corner now. Can he go into the top 10? Can he invalidate it? Can he validate it? No, he doesn't. So it is one shot qualifying for Fredster. Viper's going through sector 3. Tom's just gone past sector 1. He has more time. What about Dan? Dan's finished. Laser guns, I don't know. It is hard, to be honest, it's hard to call. But Viper gets pole. So well done. Now before we carry on with the race, I'll leave you with the standings and the formation lap. So enjoy. So here we are again. I was about to say on the grid, but it wasn't the formation lap, so it probably wasn't going to tell me. So, it is time for the drivers to get ready for what is going to be, I think, what is going to be a very cracking race. So, I hope you're all as pumped as I am. If you're watching, just tell us where you're watching from. It'll be great. And Pedro says, am I reading a different chat? No, I'm not. But the chat I'm looking, yeah, I am reading this chat. It's just my phone has a habit of the chat dropping every so often. So if I don't see your chat comments, then I do apologise. It's not my fault. But my main focus is to make sure that the internet is fine for me streaming. But we shall see anyway. As everyone is getting their software choices, their strategy choices. Don't forget, if they qualified inside the top 10, they will have to start the tyre to set their fastest lap in. So, for all of the top 10, It is the soft compounder tyres, as well as Blazer Guns and Fredster. For Apex, it's the mediums, and for Goblins, it's the hard. My eyes still very watery and very tired, so apologies. I don't think these glasses are making any difference whatsoever. I think what didn't help was I didn't get too much sleep last night. But there we go. To be honest, I should have napped before. I was going to, but I forgot. And hopefully we won't see any disqualifications as well. Oh wait, we have VTC. Is that people on the grid already? Jeez, we got quite a few disqualification, lads. So this is going to make the race even epic. So we'll just wait for the drivers to come round. Well, the ones who haven't been disqualified, of course. As the AI at the back are taking control as well. So, yeah, we are waiting for the last few people to arrive. So, 27 laps await our drivers. Who do you think is going to do well? We shall see. The 5 red lights are about to come up on your screen. And it is lights out and away we go. And the ERL boys of Viper has got a decent start. But already Tom's going to try and make a ring around the inside into turn 1. We've got the Toro also fighting as well. So we're already going to be seeing some changes. Hopefully we will see clean stuff going on. Have everyone made it clean in turn 1? Looks like they have. But Tom doing very well. But unfortunately, Fredster is stuck in the pits. So that's not going to affect there, but Viper was trying to fend off Tom and that didn't work. So trying off Tom and it did work. So maybe the Mercedes are playing a little bit of team orders perhaps, but again they want to close to ERL in the championship. So again, it is understandable. So, I think my voice is weird. I was hoping my voice would be better like this, but that's not going to work. As we're still seeing a slipstream battle coming between Dan and Viper. What Viper can do now? Can he hold on to the line that he desperately craves down the inside? But this time, he had to make do for the others. Now, the teammates, the 2 Mercedes teammates, still going again. And someone just said in the chat, is Mercedes winning? No. ERL's winning in the championship at the moment. And LCR Apex has just got a 3-second time penalty for avoiding yellow flags. in movement as we've got Viper still in the lead, managing to pull away. But this time, we've got 3 wide going into turn 3 and 4. Dan makes it work from Barker and John. John up into 5th already. So we are starting to see some gainers as John tucks in behind Barsha for now, but I can't even pronounce his name, but there we go. Going through to the DRS straight now. DRS is enabled. Can Barker try around the outside? Nope. He had to force for himself behind. He's got to be careful because, to be honest, Dan's leading the train. Dan can come back at any moment, which is what he's doing, and John is trying to make sure that they can capitalise on the mistakes, and the DRS is very powerful, and meanwhile behind, Amaze is trying to get in this as well. So good on Amaze. I mean, he's doing his best. Dan this time, what can he do? Dan had to concede to John, which he does. John up into 4th. I think a few people are taking it a bit more cautiously because it's Spain, obviously. But Maze is going to have a go again at these lot. He is going to follow like a hawk, and Dan, that's not going to help him whatsoever. As Dan has got a time penalty as well. So, time penalty after time penalty after time penalty today. If things keep it up, they will be disqualified. We really don't want to see anyone be disqualified. Because that is not the best way to finish a race, but we're starting to see more changes now. Dan being at the front, John being in control from Dan, and Barker being in control of John. So it looks like Dan is in a sort of sandwich somehow, so he's going to try and look for me once again. He hesitates and decided, no, enough's enough. I will let my rivals overtake first, and maybe they can fight each other at the pit stops. As McLaren of John gets past as well again. As, to be honest, John is my driver of the day so far for getting those positions and defending well, and attacking too. But can Dan make a run for it this time? No. We haven't seen any retirements yet, but again, I am probably going to jinx it, which is not what I want. Maybe we can see an attempt from Dan in the next couple of laps, perhaps. As Dan has got a maze right behind him as well. He's got to get his act together, doesn't he? who do you think is doing well? I'm sorry for pausing a little bit there. It's just my throat is getting dry as well, which is annoying. But Dan has dropped from Amaze. As you can see, Amaze now up into 5th, Dan up into 6th. So will we see the tyres start to die a bit more? We've got Barger and John trying for a little scrap as well. Barger manages to make his way back into 3rd place. Tom up into 2nd. And we're seeing more penalties again. A 5-second penalty, a 3-second time penalty. That's Dan's penalties now up to 6 seconds. So there we go. As Laser Gun's getting a penalty, but at least he's still going, so he's still going to get some decent points if he keeps that up. There is a yellow flag. Oh, I might have spoke too soon. Please. I do not want to speak too soon. That would be a disaster if I've spoken too soon. But we're still carrying on anyway. And I pray to God, at least I've got to commentate on the race where we actually finish, please. That would just make my day. The cherry on top of a sundae, as it were. And I'm seeing there's any more movement up front. Not at the moment, except my head bones getting stuck in. But that is normal. As Amaze actually has to sit on them, that's probably why. Which doesn't help one bit. I think it's stuck a little bit there. That's better. That should be fine. I can hear things properly now. So I'm just going to see who's been the biggest gainers and who's been the biggest losers so far in this race. So let me just have a look. So Amaze has gained 5 positions. He's currently in 5th. His pace is really good, but he's got to afford not to push that much. He has plenty of ERS to play with. Goes round the inside of a scar. He makes it easily done there. Can he make it into these curves here? Yes, he does. He clipped the curve a little bit, but he is doing very well. It's a driver we're used to seeing. And Amazed, for those of you that don't know, he's part of the Challenger Series, and he did very well last week in his race in Xbox One. Absolutely great job. So he's possibly trying to use his momentum to take it forward, and John doing very well too to try and carry momentum into his good races as well. So maybe it is helping. To be honest, I don't generally have good races at times. My pace usually just falls down the window. But the most important thing is if you're having battles, then that is all good. Because it shows that you're having fun. And I think that's what these guys are starting to prove today. Meanwhile, Boogie has lost the RS from the cars behind of Dan and John. I think Dan has gained slightly more time on that sector. We'll see. Amaze has lost time. He's going to lose not 1, but 2 positions unless he defends quickly. Wow. Dan almost made a double overtake. That would have been brilliant. And yes, it was Amaze tyres. I think that fell off the clip. And I did see an EOL driver that did get a time penalty. It might have been a Stocko. Yeah, it might have been a Stocko actually, but here we go. John is going to challenge again. And we are starting to see cheers right on cue. John stays P3 and up into a podium position. Unbelievable scenes. Great to see. But meanwhile, gap between Viper and Tom, 2.2. And I don't think Viper has a penalty of some kind. But here we go. John's going to try once again round this straight here. Coming towards the parabolica. He's got to get this right this time. Can he make it work? Yes, he does. They've been battling for the last 2 laps. And there we go. John taking full advantage there. Both of them going into the pits, actually. Everyone is pretty much going into the pits out, the soft runners. We've got, I think, Viper and Tom going on to the mediums. Dan on the hards, I don't think, to be honest, he thinks that the mediums are not going to go to the end. Very intriguing. Whereas everyone else is on the medium tyres. Well, Goblin's on the hards. And PT has just gone past as well. Again, it does take a while for those hard tyres especially to warm up to temperature. So Dan is going to try to make his way up through the field, and he does. And those hard tyres will make it to the end of the race, but they're not the fast ones. But again, they will be the most beneficial going to the end as well. So maybe it is the best for everyone. Because to be honest, I don't know much about strategy around Monza on this game because I haven't commentated. And we do have another cheer again as Chris Macker-Jones goes into the pits. Now, there's a few people that pitted before him. Will he go out ahead? There's still quite a few people battling up front. Dan gets past Apex. Will PT able to get past Apex as well? I'm sure he will at some point because Apex and Goblin are the only people yet to pit. But I wonder if that strategy could pay off in the long run if the medium people do decide to pit too. It is anyone's game, potentially. The podium is still up for grabs. However, it is not over for the race win yet. Even though the gap is 2.0 seconds, Tom might, and that's the question, that might do better on his tyres. Now, we've got Chris Macker-Jones, Goblin, Apex, Dan. Oh my God, look at this! Apex, absolutely astonishing. Goblin holds on. Chris Macker-Jones is saying, oh, I want to join this party as well. Oh my God, this is going to go 4 wide into turn 1. But this might not end pretty, as all 3 of them are taking a similar line. There's a little bit touching. Oh my God, this is getting crazy. Some incredible racing. And Apex is unfortunately being the biggest loser on that, as he's dropped back to where he first started in the race. This is where the race will probably get a little bit more interesting. On lap 13, we're almost halfway into this race so far. So anything can happen. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. PT is going to take advantage of DRS. And this time he takes it. So PT up into 9th place. And Chris and Dan. Chris getting the move that the Tifosi people are hoping for, but Dan just snitched it away. To be honest, I don't think the crowd are too happy about that one, but there we go. That is life and that is racing. But Chris Jones gets position back from Dan. But Dan gets a switch back. He was like, no thank you. You're not holding that position. That position is mine. Is the Alfa Romeo going to try and squeeze in as well? No. He tucks in behind. Petey doing well as well. Trying to avoid trouble. And I think he's one of those people that could try to capitalise on people's mistakes. Which he's going to try to anyway, and Tom getting a time penalty. So Singer's got a few time penalties already. But it's not about where you start, it's where you finish. Meanwhile, at the back, Apex and Goblin fighting through the start-finish straight towards Parabolica. Apex misjudges the line, and it is Goblin's place for the taking. Goblin is nearly in the point. I nearly said Globling nearly, but as if it had an L before the O. But there we go. Chris Jones and Dan going to have a move once again, but no. Doesn't quite do on this occasion, but this is his chance. This is Chris Jones' chance to get the move that he certainly deserved. And there we go. Chris Jones up into 7th. I hope I'm managing to capture the battles alright, because I am commentating on my own. It is, to be honest, it is very hard to commentate on my own. But sometimes you just got to live with it. As Dan is now holding off PT now. So can PT get P7 out of all of this? Probably not, as he's got another time penalty, but there we go. So let us know how your day's been so far. Again, my eyes are struggling to focus right now. But this time, it is not Dan that's hanging on Chris Jones. It is PT having a go at Dan. Could this be a blink? They almost touch each other. That was close. Looks like PT stays ahead unless a miracle can happen from Tom's side. And there we go. We're going to stop here. And Dan has got... Oh, what? Dan must have corner cutted quite a few corners. Because... Yeah. There he still is. And Barcher having a maze right in front of him as well. Again, we all know how Amaze is with his battling. Well, to be honest, Amaze is also known as Connor. And, oh no, we lost our first retirement. It is Blazer Guns. Not quite sure what he did there, but hopefully, oh. Well, to be honest, I don't know why he had to call the safety car, because if you watch the replay back, he is right in the middle of the track. And to be honest, that, what, no, that doesn't get me at all. But it happens. Oh, Barger almost going for a late move there into turn 1. But he made it work this time. Amaze really needs to cover it off if he wants to. Return a favour, almost touching again though. This is proving to be a last bit of this race. Good bit of this race. And Amaze managing to get the strategy on point with his tyres, but as long as he doesn't push them too much, because we don't want to see any punch at all. No punches, please. I tell you. But I think we almost saw a puncher in the real life Grand Prix, I believe. We might have, I don't know. As Viper is about to cross the line, start lap 19, with Tom not that far behind. The real life F1 esports starts tomorrow. Will any of you guys be watching the race? I will try my best to watch it, but I need to practice for my own league race as well, so it's just finding some balance. But everyone has been on those tyres for a decent amount of time. Goblin, though, has been on those tyres for 18 laps already. Don't know how these tyres last around Monza, but there we go. It's what happens. 24, 25 laps is where I think the hard tyres are going to start to die ever so slightly. So keep an eye on Tom, keep an eye on Viper, keep an eye on the hard runners, keep an eye on Dan. Is he gaining? Not as much as he would have liked to, but oh, he's binned it and he's out of the race. Oh, that was a massive shunt. A horrible shunt. And that was the biggest jinx I have ever done in my life. And that would have been a nasty crash if it was real life. And Dan's already going back and backwards. But that means people like Apex is going to be possibly one step closer to getting his first point. Well, actually, he might have got a point in this league already. I'm not sure if Dan clipped someone, but I think it looks like it was Dan's own fault. When I was doing time trial practice the other day around Italy, I always bin it in the sky quite a lot, so it is a common place to bin it. Just saying. So do watch out Because otherwise, mistakes can come to haunt you. And the audience definitely liking my reaction, I must say. So, let me just check the chat quickly. No, I don't want to check YouTube because I'm not on YouTube. There we go. I think he's back to normal now. We'll just have to wait and see if Tom can gain as much as he can. But we shall see, as Goblin is one of the first of the hard compound tyre runners into the pits, and what has happened to Frister's AI? Still in the pits, I presume, so unfortunately he's about 14 laps down of the car in front, which is Goblin. So that means you have to pit. He will have to retire from the race, sadly. Which is a shame, which is unfortunate, but it happens. I think the closest battle on track has got to be Barcher, I think, who is right behind the maze. T-point is crucial. ERL really wants to be in the lead. And they're going to do all they can to see if they can try and hold on to that lead. To be honest, if I was in that situation, that would never happen to me. That was never happen. Now I'm going to go and get my glasses again. So nearly rested my eyes again now. The track is starting to cool down a bit as well as we get to the final stages of this race. As John Papp has got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, which is nowhere where you want to be right now, to be honest. You don't want to get a time penalty for corner cutting. We haven't seen much damage to front wings today. I thought we would see a lot more than that, but surprisingly, we're not, which is good. So, this is a maze opportunity then. He's right behind the ERL teammate of Barger. Tom has got past Viper, and Tom is in the lead. Sorry that I missed that, but literally, I am struggling today. Literally, I think I really should have had a nap before this race. But, there we go. It happened. As this kind of reminds me of Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas in the real-life Italian Grand Prix. But this time it is between Tom and Viper. And you can see Tom has got, you can see on his helmet, Tom has got the cheeky esports helmet because he took part in the esports. I think he did anyway, that's probably why. Please, can we see a close-up? Please. Actually, no, I don't think we can. But we shall see anyway. As what can Tom do to hold off Viper? I think what it takes is penalties, and also Viper is going to hope that Tom makes mistakes somehow, which is going to be possibly highly unlikely. But you never know in situations like this. We've got 2 more laps to go. As we've got Amazed and Barger. Amazed around the inside. Amazed up into P3 of this race so far. So, Barger 4 attempts behind Amazed. Again, this is a battle of the final podium position because points do matter. If Barger gets this podium, this will really help URL in the championship. Try and close in because the other teammate unfortunately has retired. So they're going to hope that both the URL boys scored some decent points. So they're probably going to fight for about a few more laps before they get to that point. We will see anyway. Penultimate lap then. Barger only has a few more chances, and also Viper as well. I think Viper's closer to Tom. So this is where the chance. This is the chance that he can do it. He's got to nail it. He's got to. These last few laps are probably getting so much tense for him than it is, you know. It is probably going to be really hard for him. But both Tom and Viper have drove sensational today. And let me just check the position changes. Tom has gained 1, Viper's down 1. So they kind of swap position. Viper's going to go around the left-hand side. He takes first place away from Tom, but it is not over yet. Tom is going to have advantage around the DRS straight. This is the final lap. This is going to be a sensational last lap battle. You guys do not want to miss this. Tom is going to get the inside. Does he hold on? No, Viper gets the better exit. Viper stays ahead. Could this be a chance in turn 4 as well? Meanwhile, Barger and Amazed are going for it as well. This is a sensational final lap for these guys. As Amazed still right on the back. Going to hold on to the outside. Does he cover him off? Yes, he does. No mistakes there. Amazed keeps that podium position, but for how long? Amazed is running out of ERS. Barger 2. Barca is on similar amounts of ERS. But what about these guys? I think the battle for the win is even more important here. I think it may be too little too late as Tom has run out of ERS. Viper, I think, will just have about enough. Tom is saving ERS. Oh, no! Tom has binned in the wall. He's going to lose second place if he's not careful. He's got to try and limit to the line. He's lost the right half of his front wing. And he just gets second. What a shame from Oh, no, he doesn't. Barger gets a time penalty. And then Mays moves up into P2. What crazy. Crazy. I didn't see Tom. Actually, I did see Tom get a penalty, but I wasn't paying attention. But there we go. Whoa. And I think we're seeing more people going to the car park because John's AI has binned it. And Peter comes across the line. P7 for LCR. Team Shazoo P8. Some decent points. And Ben. Has he lost his front wing as well? Oh, no, he hasn't. But he's got an unserved penalty. So, Apex could jump him. No. Apex stays there. So, unfortunately, Goblin misses out on the final point. Wow, that is a crazy last lap, I must say. Again, apologies about the few breaks. Again, my voice was dying and my eyes were a bit itchy. But there we go. It happens. But well done to ERL. Another win in their back pocket, which is very well deserving. Williams P2. The Renault did well in real life as well. P4 and 5 as well. So this is almost a replica. We also have Mercedes on the podium as well in P3. That was like it in real life as well. So we are about to get your classifier results. Viper takes the win. Amaze P2. Sync P3. Well, Tom P3 for Sync. So Amaze is from 183 Sports. BPRL Boogie in P4. ERL Barger 5th. John in 6th. Peter for LCR in 7th. Chris Macker-Jones for Team Shazoo 8th. LCR Ben for LCR in 9th. Apex 10th. Goblin for BPRL in 11th. And our DNFs are Dan for Team Sync. Blazergun for Team Livid Racing. Thank you guys so much for watching for URC Xbox One Tier 2. My voice has died after that last lap. Oh my god. But I'm not sure. But anyway, URC Tier 1 is coming up soon. I'm not sure if it's broadcasted or not. But if it is, make sure you tune in about 5-10 minutes time for some more URC action. We're actually going to start on time for a change. That makes a change, doesn't it? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. I think it's for Singapore. I think in 2 weeks. So make sure you join us then. Have a good evening. We will see you very soon. Bye.